Hey there, my name is Przemek and here is another Newsflash video. So let's discuss some of the latest dark ambient, dark industrial, dark whatever news, shall we? And let's begin with two new Cryo Chamber releases. The first one is a long-awaited new Atrium Carcery album called Forgotten Gods. And yesterday I posted a review of this one, so if you're interested, I post the link in the description of this video. The second one is a debut album by Christoph Bathory, and it's called Humanoid Dystopia. It's his first solo album, but not his first appearance on dark ambient scene, as he's also a member of a group Void Stasis, which two albums we already had the opportunity to listen earlier this year and last year as well. He's also a member of industrial metal band Dawn of Ashes, which is not my cup of tea. And the label says that Humanoid Dystopia is a cinematic dark ambient story revolving around four androids exiled to a desert prison planet. Huge walls of sounds, modular arpeggiators and sweeping bass lines serve as a textured palette of sounds that combine for a true sci-fi epic. And the storyline sounds familiar, right? Blade Runner inspiration is obvious, I suppose. Okay, we'll see. Or I will see, because I haven't listened to this one yet, because the album was already released October 24. And by the way, did you notice the label's different new approach to cover pictures? This is, I think, fifth cover in a short period of time, depicting not a cosmic or post-apocalyptic landscape with or without a small or medium silhouette or a statue in the center of a picture, but a huge head or I don't know the English word, when the figure is depicted to right here. We'll see if it's a temporary departure from the standard Cryo Chamber covers, or if they will go in this style more often. Okay, what do we have next? Two interesting offerings from Cold Spring Records, and the first one is the Telescopes Experimental Health. I'll just read what the label has to say about this, because I haven't listened to any of this yet. And the Telescopes Experimental Health. The latest chapter in the Telescope's idiosyncratic exploration of sound combines hallucinatory ballads with transcendent melodies, clanging and lo-fi buzzes with a substantial amount of crashing and sound degradation. The result is an album radiating a dark and abrasive yet ethereal energy. Created entirely independently by Stephen Lowry in a remote cottage in West Yorkshire between January to May 2022. The record was made with broken toys and cheap synths, mostly pocket operators and miniature synths, with no guitars present. The complexity of sound rests within the simplicity of the composition and musical arrangements. Release of this one is planned on November 17, 2023. And the second one is Sonologist, Shortwave Spectrum. And as the label says, the new Sonologist sonic documentary delves into the secretive realm of shortwave transmissions, a chronicle of clandestine shortwave transmissions culled from a span of nearly 4 decades, 1982 to 2021. These mysterious transmissions, repetitive voices, signals, sound pulses, short pieces of music were collated and edited to compose the tracks of the main album. Immersed in an isolating fog of dark ambient, deep drone music and cinematic sound art, it provides an auditory exploration of the ongoing Cold War, originating from covert radio stations engaged in military and espionage endeavors. The tracks unveil a hidden sonic landscape of strategic communication. Sonologist is a project by Raffaele Pezzella. Sorry, Raffaele, whom you surely know from his publishing activity and supporting the dark ambient and the dark experimental scene as Unexplained Sounds or 8 Tower Records. And the concept of the album seems quite interesting. This secret history of Cold War has always been the object of my interest. All those experiments like MK Ultra, the secret transmissions, etc. So this one I want to check for sure. The release is planned on November 24. And while we talk about Unexplained Sounds, we have 2 new releases from them. The first one is Trisvara Transcendent, and it's a project from Indonesia, and Transcendent sounds like a combination of Indonesian folk music and the dark experimental style. This one is available only in digital form, and as the label says, Trisvara's mission is to paint a vivid picture of humanity's historical journey in music, how people created, composed and practiced their musical craft in times gone by. This endeavor explores a rich tapestry of forms, styles and technologies, and delves into the power of objects to encapsulate musical elements, offering a unique perspective on the evolution of sound. And the second one is by experienced Italian experimentalist Mario Lino Stancati, and it's called Revision. And also the label says that his extensive body of work illuminates the electronic and concrete music facets of Stancati's artistic journey, complemented by daring explorations into field recordings, vocal anomalies and electronic innovations. Revision weaves a mesmerizing tapestry of improvisations and compositions where beauty and harmony can arise only from the depths of artistic intuition. And this one is released on CD. Okay, next one we have Slithering Black Records. It's a young but resilient dark ambient label from Providence, the hometown of H.P. Lovecraft. And since April this year, they've released around 25 digital albums. For this moment, I won't be discussing all of them, but I think if you want to get familiar with the label, their first compilation may be a good opportunity to do so. It is called Esoterexus, and we have there, well, maybe not dark ambient superstars, but a lot of talented new and experienced musicians like Subverge, Insectarium, Ethereum Nebula, Trim, Omensworn, Mike Benoit, Koszmar Chemin, Scott Lawlor, Fabio Kainer, Luciferiaski. I don't know Luciferiaski. Okay, so I think you should keep them on your dark ambient radar. I know I will, and I hope they will also release physicals in the future. This compilation was out October 20, 2023. Winterlight new offering is RNG MNN again, but this time in a collaboration with Karina Dorin. It is called Never Sleep Again. And RNG MNN and Karina Dorin met in Berlin a few years ago. After discovering that they were both musicians who shared a passion for the same type of music, they decided to collaborate together on a music project. Never Sleep Again is the first physical manifestation of that collaboration. Karina Dorin handled the vocal part using her numerous effect pedals, while RNG MNN created the dark atmospheres around them. For more info, check their Bandcamp. And Karina is also known as Anes Shalai of Anes, and you can also check their collaborative track on our very own Santa Sangre compilation, Voices from Beyond. This one was released November the 3rd, 2023. What do we have next? Yes, remember that young Arcane Dirge label? Well, after the Arcanum Volume 1 compilation and the album by Subverge, we get the third and the fourth Dirge. Both Dirges are by label bosses. The first one is Worms of the Earth, Kerry Habat, and Worms of the Earth is a dark tribal ritual project by Dan Barrett, whom you may know also from Aetherium Nebula, which debut album I reviewed a couple of weeks ago. And Kerry Habat is a direct sequel to the 2019 ritual ambient album Nedger. The Egyptian title, something something, which can be written in English as Kerry Habat, means the carrier of the Book of Ritual, and was used for lector priests who recited spells during temple rituals and practiced the ancient Egyptian magic called Heka or Heka. Once again inspired by ritual workings with the ancient Egyptian pantheon, this album delivers a fusion of darkened, sand-covered atmospheres and roiling tribal percussion to create a series of potent audio sigils. And the fourth dirge is Subverge, Etherat by second Arcane Dirge boss Henrik Karlsson. And the label says Arcane Dirge is honored to once again work with Swedish musician Henrik Karlsson. Henrik is honored to work with Henrik. Okay, sometimes I'm honored to work with myself as well. Anyway, to present Etherat, the second release from his solo project Subverge. Etherat offers a deeper dive into the darkened corners of a tormented psyche and the noticeable evolution in the project's sound, presenting a more structured, industrial dark ambient work. Shadowy ambience opens the gateway to mist-enshrouded subterranean hallways dripping with the fragrance of the abyss. From deep within these hidden chambers comes tortured percussive rustling, at times building into a crescendo of bombastic martial percussion. Somber and pensive melodies emerge throughout to haunt the listener, evoking a deep and profound inner melancholy. Etherat is a powerful album that will plague your dreams for nights to come. Recommended for fans of Enslaughtered Natives, MZ412 and classic Early Delirium. Both albums' release date is November 24th. I'm a bit tired. I haven't prepared anything to drink. Sorry. So the last news, last but not least, Stefano Musso has announced the release of several new albums by Alio Die, and the first one is already available on Hickson Leone's Bandcamp, for this moment in digital form only. But I hope the CDs will be available as well in the future. Its title is Transcendental Geometries, and it's made with help of Arborescence, who makes additional synth drones and bowed guitar, and Marika Olive on keyboards. The quality of this one is guaranteed, I guess. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you soon.